each week on Saturday at 2 p.m. from Fishbowl Studio. Log on to hear uplifting, encouragement word, your motivation speaker, known as your trauma recovery coach. Be sure to tune in each week on the Women Recovery Show. Jump in.
K Classic, K Classic.
Yes, thank you for tuning in on the Women's Recovery Show, better known as your trauma recovery coach, Lady Kima, on this beautiful Saturday evening. I have so much to talk about on today, but I want to send my warm hearted towards Prophet Ryan Chandler, the land of man and God to rest on today. I just want to let the family know that we are still praying for you all and we're keeping you in prayer. God don't make mistakes, but I know he's in a better place. And I said it on the last show, he is our angel. And an angel, there's something will always have us covered. And I keep saying this again. I love the Ryan Chandler and I love y'all. Keep your head up. I know it's time to grieve and do these things that's going on losing a loved one. And I know how it is to losing a loved one. It's very devastating, but God have him in a better place. I want to let Prophet Ryan Chandler, my well done servant, rest in peace. Um, I was talking about on last night. I was on the phone discussing a problem with one of my sisters in Christ, and we was talking about mental illness versus mental disorder. And she said something very, very profound to me. How can we deal with a mental issue uh, that caused us, to be shadowed off from people? And as I was listening to her, I said, you know what? That's something I need to bring forth on the radio because it's a lot of people are dealing with mental illness and mental disorder. And most people, they don't deal with people that have these issues, or they're afraid of these people that have those issues. But as I go in, it says that mental illness is something that causes a trauma in your life. It could cause something happening to you as a child, something just life situations. Period. We have to understand. People just don't become mental when they born. It causes an effect on life, what they've been through, or what caused them to be in that state of mind. To have this mental illness on them. So I was just thinking to myself, I said mental illness versus mental disorder. So I have a couple of definitions that I want y'all to, have your heart open because this is a matter that a lot of people deal with in life. dealing with life issues, what caused them to be the way they are. Some things that cause people to react, or something like a bad situation may occur in their life, will cause them to have a mental illness or a mental disorder. And it says this, what are mental illness? What are mental disorder? See, a disorder is like a disrupting thing that causes a function of a mind and body, such as like an eating disorder, or mental disorders that come from using drugs. It could come from using alcohol. It could come from anything. Mental disorder is a thing that will push you to something that it's hard to come off. Like addiction. You have a smoking habit. That's a mental disorder. If you have an alcoholic problem, that's a mental disorder. And we have to understand these things because due to life situations that cause us to be in this state of mind. See, because the definition of a disorder includes, such as a fit, like it's like something that causes you to be in a situation, and it will cause you to do things towards your body and your mind, because life situation happen, circumstances, you in a critical condition, something critical happen in your life would cause you to have a mental disorder. But we have to understand the concept of these things, why people go through the mental disorder, why they go through the mental illness of their life, because life situation come up on them, and they will cause them to lose it, cause them to be frustrated, it caused them to be stressed, it caused them to be worried, it caused them to be shallow out, it could cause them not to want to fool with nobody, or nobody want to fool with them, because they are labeled, that person got a mental illness, I can't deal with that, she's bipolar, I can't deal with that. Sometimes mental disorder and mental illness would cause people who do not want to fool you, but they have to understand that did not cause you to be who you are. That didn't affect you when you was born. It affected you when trauma hit your lifestyle. So what I'm saying to this is, such as a mental disorder, we have to understand the mental things about the brain. It's about the brain. See, I always tell a lot of people, a terrible mind is a terrible place that will cause you to think that you have a problem. These are the things that we think. Like it says in the Bible, life and death lies in the power of your tongue. Whatever you speak and say, you become that thing. If you speak positive and say, I'm not a mental disorder patient, I don't have mental illness, I don't have this, I don't have that, you won't be labeled as a mental person. You supposed to speak these things. You supposed to say, I can overcome. I am a healer. I'm not a mental patient. I'm not that person they think I am. I'm better who I am. I'm more than a conqueror. See, mental illness is like a disease. It's like a condition of the body part. It's like a something dealing with the organ, the system, it causes infection, genetics, it causes stress. Mental illness is a stressful thing. You have to understand, we have to realize life is full of stress. If you don't want to hear it or not, we are born in a lifeless, stressful life that will cause us to be in a mental state. But we have to understand it's only for us to overcome and make us strong and help us to come out of that. And the way we come out of there is prayer. Prayer is the key to everything in our life. I mean, if you're dealing with these things, you're dealing with situations, or you feel like you about to lose it, prayer is the key in your life. Because diseases, it specifies that the condition of the body parts, you know, and mental illness come from dealing with the body parts and dealing with a situation that would cause you to become mental. You know, if you've been shot, that's a mental. If you've been hurt, or you've been molested, or you've been raped, or you've been things that like that, you know, that cause you be in a mental state. But we have to understand to accept. Sometimes we have to confess it for us to start our healing process to overcome the mental illness. Mental illness is a stress. Mental disorder is a drug, alcohol, anything cause you to react because you feel like life can't go on. You feel like drinking and smoking can fix the problem, but that's only a disorder. That's only want to take you out, because once the drinking and the you come down on your high and things like that, it's still gonna be there, but it will cause you be in a disorder because it's causing a addiction. You will soon have to understand that we have to face life in another different direction. I mean, alcohol cannot fix our problems. It's just there for a moment. You know, smoking can fix our problems. Doing drugs cannot fix our problems. But what cannot fix our problem is if we learn how to let it go and let that mind thing go of that mental disorder, that you can come strong, you can be victorious, you can come on top. You know, but like I had said, we have to understand these are temporary disordered things. It's not a lifetime disorder. These things is only to show you if you could be able to stay in it or you could come out. Because sometimes people be tired being in that state of mind, dealing with mental illness. Mental illness could come from your child trauma. It could come from things that happen in your life. That's called stress. That's called stress. Stress deal with mental illness. We have to understand these things. People that listen to me on the radio show, that watching me live, we have to understand and be on board with this, because which is why I said be on board with this. We cannot let disorder take us out. We are beautiful, wonderful, made in the image of God. We have to understand mental illness is not the stop for you. It's not the next exit. The next exit is for you to come out strong and come out victorious, because we have to understand it's not here to put you in a barrier. It's not here to keep you bound. It's not here to keep you stagnant. It's not here to keep you stuck, to keep you frustrated, cause you, you know, and then and people understand when you have mental illness, they feel that, oh, I can't fool with her. I can't fool with him because they have mental problems. You don't know what caused them to have that mental disorder. You don't know what caused them to have that mental illness. That's why it's good not to judge people, because you never know by you judging people on what they at. You never know. God may end up flipping the script on you. So we have to understand, we have to encourage one another when you're dealing with a mental patient, when you're dealing with somebody mental, don't know how to react with people. You have to have patience and understand that we can help people that's in the state of mind with mental illness. So the difference between mental disorder and mental illness is one of considering one of the conditions. That's the difference. One of them had a different condition. That's what's different from disorder and illness. Disorder is a drug, alcohol. Illness is something that happened in life, stress that will cause you. So they both emerge together. They both come as one, but they all have different concept of how to understand that one condition not bad than the other condition. They all come as one. You know, it could cause you to be in a situation that you'll draw back from people because what people see you label, but it don't matter what people think of you. It don't matter what they say about you. It don't matter. The only person you need to worry about who got something to say is the Lord Jesus Christ. The one sits high and he looks low on your life. You know, people opinion is people opinion. Y'all catch that later. I'm going to say it again. People opinion is people opinion because people have their own saying on other people's life when they need to learn how to examine themselves, because we all have something mental about ourselves. You can wake up one day, you may be angry, you may be frustrated, or you may be upset. I mean, that's a mental illness. A mental illness comes with stress. You stressed out. You don't know which way to go. You don't know if you coming or you going. But we have to understand these two types of mental disorder and mental illness is a different from each other, but they are merged together. And as I was thinking to myself, and I said, okay, mental illness is a health problem. And it affects how a person thinks and behaves and interact with people. And it's like a stressful situation. It's a financial problem. It's a debt. It's a divorce. But it's 7 things that mental illness disorder may have. It causes anxiety, it causes depression, it causes oppress, it causes you to be bipolar, it could cause you to be, it could cause you in all type of ways, because these things, like I said, these things come through dealing with situations that will cause you to be in a disorder, to be in an illness, to be mental, to make you mental, to make you lose your mind. Because we have to understand, people feel like you angry, you frustrated, they feel like, oh, you got a mental problem or you got an anger issue. No, it's not that you angry. That means you tired of life situation. You tired of being treated wrong. You tired of being talked about. You tired of getting your name slandered. You tired of this he say and she say. People have to understand mental illness will cause you to be where you at. It will cause you to be, you know what? I'm about to say something back to that person. Mental illness is a defensive. It'll cause you to be on, like, you have to have your boxing gloves on. Let me put it for example. You have to have your boxing gloves on, and you see this person attacking you. Now you ready to fight. And it'll cause you to be in a mental illness state of mind. Like, okay, if this person do something to me, I have to defend myself. But once you defend yourself, they feel like you mental. They feel like you're a mental patient because you stood up for yourself. They think you mad, or you got angry issues, or they feel like you need to go seek help. Maybe you the one need to be seeking help. But these things that we have to understand that being in that state of mind is only things that we cause on ourselves. We'll let life affect us, But before I come on to my commercial break, I just want to let y'all know that, a mental thing is not a life-death situation. Let me tell y'all that again. A mental thing is not a life-death situation, because it calls for trauma. It comes from a traumatized life. Disorder will cause you to drink. That's the difference from mental illness or stress life. Mental disorder will cause you to drink through that stress life. It will cause you to do drugs. It will cause you to do things you ain't supposed to be doing. But it will cause you to do these things, because we have to understand something has to break on our life. Something has to break. The breaking of mental illness. We have to break the generation curses that would cause us to pass it on to the next generation. We have to understand these things that we face in life is not here to take us out, but it's here to make us better. I'll be back within the next 5 minutes on my commercial break. Something has to break. See you soon. Yes, thank you for tuning back in on the Women's Recovery Radio Show, better known as your host, Lady Kima. I was speaking on the first about the how people in mental illness and mental disorder are different, but they emerge together. and I was talking about what caused people to have mental illness, what caused people to have mental disorder, what caused them to be in that state of mind, what caused them to react, what caused them to be bipolar, what caused them to be angry, what caused them to be who they are. And people label them because do these things because the way they act. Oh, he or she have a problem, or they have a mental illness, or they have a mental disorder. Oh, look what they doing. What, you never know what caused that person to drink. That mental disorder caused him or she to smoke. You never know what caused. Cause life come with life difficult situations, and I want to tell y'all about the how to overcome, how to survive mental illness disorder, how to be that person God called you to be, how to be strong, how to be overcome, how to be victorious, how to come on top and not stay at the bottom. Cause we all gonna rise up and be better. Cause guess what? Bitter and better don't mix. We don't live in bitter mental illness or bitter disorder. We live in better, and we're gonna make ourselves strong men and women and be who we are, not what people label we are. But as I get back into the mental illness versus mental disorder, I have 10 things you can do to fight that thing, to fight to be strong, to fight not to give up. And it says that one of them, you have to learn to value yourself. The key is value yourself first and treat yourself with kindness and respect, and avoid people negativity, people that have criticism. We have to learn how to avoid them things to overcome mental illness and mental disorder. And you have to take care of your body, exercise, exercise decrease depression, it decrease stress. Exercise, drink plenty of water, get you some rest. Toxicate yourself. Don't toxicate yourself with alcohol and drugs. Toxicate yourself with positive things, and do things that will make your body well, to make your body in that place that it needs to be at. We have to understand these things is only gonna make us get better. Not bitter, but better. Better is the best thing to be at this time and moment. Avoid smoking. I mean, we have to take care. That's why I said value yourself. We have to learn how to avoid smoking. Smoking can decrease depression and stress too. Most people smoke because their nerves bad. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a smoker. I was one of the ones used to smoke. Every time something go bad or a bill hit me or something that triggered me, I'm smoking. I'm smoking my blacks and mouths. I'm doing things that I don't supposed to be doing. But when I start avoiding and start going on the right path in life and doing what I want to do for myself and value who I really am, the drug can value you, the alcohol can value you, you value you. And we have to understand these things are to help us. 2, you have to understand to surround yourself with good people. People with have a strong mentality, with a positive mindset, not with all that negative energy, not with that negative talk, but you have to learn how to surround yourself with people. I mean, sometimes we can't socialize with a lot of people because they full of junk. They full of mess. They full of drama, and that can cause you to be that way. So that's why it's good to be around people that are very encouraging, very inspired, that always have something good to say, nothing bad to say. We have to understand these things is for a things that cause you to be in a good mental health. Not a bad mental health, but a good mental health. We have to understand these things. See, you have to here go one of them. It's another one I like. It said, give yourself. You have to understand Give yourself. When I mean give yourself, treat yourself. Do something that you like to do. You know what I mean? If you like to go bowling, go bowl. If you like to go hang out with your good friends, go hang out with good friends, not bad friends. Not friends gonna get you in trouble, but people that gonna keep you on the right track, positive people. And volunteer your time and energy to help someone. It's good to have to be a helpful hand to help someone, even though you're not in the same. Sometimes that can help you to overcome people problems and people situation, your life situation. Because guess what? You putting your stuff on the side and you having somebody that's in need. And that can also help you be in a mental health state of mind. Being with positive people and with a healthier conversation will help you. It will teach you how to be involved with new people. To go to new places. Take yourself to a walk on the park or somewhere that you never been. A road trip would do. Something that will keep you in a positive mental health. You know, we have to understand these things are great things for our body, in our mind, in our heart. Our heart is a important thing. Anything that interact our heart, interact our mind. If you're going through a divorce, that's a brokenness part. And it started having you in a mental state of mind. It'll have you thinking, you know, I can't be with nobody. It'll have you think, I can't trust no one. I don't know if that person gonna cheat on me. I don't know, is this person loyal or trustworthy? That's why it's good to build your trust with people that broke you. And sometimes we don't know how to stand against people that broke us, you know, because we're in that mental state of mind. That's why it's good to meet new people. So when you meet new people, they will teach you how to love those that broke you. Teach you how to love those that did you wrong. And we have to understand these things. We have to learn how to deal with. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Situation in life is full of stress. We are born in stress. We are born in situations. We are born in a state of mind that we don't even know how to come out. We are in life situations. To come over stress, you have to come over yourself. You got to come over people. You have to be strong in that thing. You have to understand you can do it. You can come on time. You can live a life of peace. You can live a life of joy. You can live a life of happiness. You have to understand we are living in life of stress, but we can't let stress take us out. We have to learn how to value ourselves, how to keep our mind positive, how to stay on a good journey, not a bad journey. We have to understand being a mental illness and have a mental disorder, it's not for us to be in. It's for us to come out. It's for us to overcome. We have to understand practicing good coping skill. I mean, if you're in a situation and you angry, you want to take deep breaths. Take deep breath. Relax yourself. I mean, it been times I be so over mad. I have to pull myself back, take 10 deep breaths. And I'm like, oh, Lord. And then when I do that, I close my eyes and I meditate on good things that will put me back in a certain spot, in a certain destination that I need to be in. And guess what? I pray to the Lord as I'm taking these deep breaths, because he's the only one who can fix me. He's the only one who can keep me calm. You know, prayer is the key to everything that we go in life. We have to learn how to focus on breathing. You have to learn how to focus on breathing. Keep yourself calm in a situation. You have to learn how to calm yourself. You have to learn how to keep yourself tame. And it's hard to keep ourselves tame when things coming against us. You know, we want to fight the fight. You know, we can't fight the fight. We have to understand somebody has to be the bigger person. You have to be the bigger person through life situation. And get yourself in a quiet mind. Start meditating. Meditation. Get a book. You know, something positive. something to keep you going, something that makes you mad. Get something that'll help you not to be mad. Get a book, how to stay calm when anger hit or when madness hit. Stay in relaxation mode. Exercise yourself. Improve your state of mind. And guess what? You'll have a better outlook on life. Plan things. Set your goals. Write down your goals. Do what you have to do for yourself to be in a mental health state of mind. Because these things that will help you to get over your mental disorder, to get over your mental illness. Take walks. Get a support team that be with you. We have to understand it's good to get a good support team when you're in dealing with a situation that you don't know how to come out. Be with somebody that been there where you been with. Be with somebody that was an alcoholic. Go with somebody that was a drug, that smoked drugs or did drugs, be with somebody that overcame them things, because they will be your support system. That's what mental disorder is. It's an addiction that keep you whole and keep you bound. It's like a bound thing. So we no longer bound with that mental disorder. We bound to overcome and be strong in that situation. We have to understand these things. We have to learn how to avoid alcohol. We have to learn how to avoid drugs. We have to learn how to don't be around people that do alcohol. That causes us to be a mental disorder. Mental illness is a stress thing. It's a worry thing. It's a frustration thing. That's why I have to tell people mental illness and mental disorder is different. Mental disorder have you doing things that you don't supposed to be doing. Mental illness comes from life situations. And we have to understand to self-medicate ourselves. Self-medicate means do things that won't cause you to be in that state of mind. Do something that, would medicate your mental illness. Read something like a devotional book or something like that. Because we have to understand these things will help us. We have to understand God is with us through all of this. This is a God thing. It's not a people thing. It's a God thing. God is with you with your mental illness. God is with you with your mental disorder. We have to understand to overcome and be strong and be who you are. And it's always good to get help. Seek guidance. Seek counseling. Seek somebody that will be there with you while you're in that state of mind. These are the couple of things, 10 things that I feel that it will be good for people that's dealing with mental illness and mental disorder. We have to seek counseling and seek Jesus. Seek God for help. Before I close out, I just want to let y'all all know that a lot of people were asking about my show. I guess they think it's just for women's only. The Women's Recovery Show is something that God had gave me dealing with women, but it's also good for men to come on, because you never know what men had, probably had to recover what they've been through, so it's both. It's both. But I call it Women's Recovery Show because it feel like women go through more than men's do, because we've been raped, molested, talked about, bruised, misused, same way, vice versa. So I just want to let the mans know that you are able to come on the radio show, the Women Recovery Show, because I want to be your trauma recovery coach. I once was traumatized. I once was going through things that I didn't deserve to be in. I just want to let you know I love y'all, and I thank you all for the support, and continue to keep watching the Women Recovery Show, because we is finna go place, and we finna have some fun. We finna have some fun, and I thank you all for tuning in on the Women Recovery Show every Saturday from 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. I'm going to say it again, from 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. That's when the show will be aired. Tell a friend, tell your grandmother, tell whoever that the Women Recover Show will be on. And I thank you all for the love and support. And I see y'all next time. Your host, Lady Kima, your trauma recovery coach. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Lady Kima, the host of the